Good afternoon, everybody. Tammy from Homesteading in the City with Tammy. Today's video is going to be a knitting video. Again, I have a lot of knitting stuff to show you. Also, update on the website and a lot of projects that I did a lot of stuff on. And I was on vacation and I got to stop at some really amazing yarn stores. So I was going to show you what I got from those. So if that is something that interests you, stick around. Okay, so before we get started, I just wanted to welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. For those of you who have been here from the beginning, I really appreciate you coming back each week and watching the videos that I put out. For those of you that might have caught the first video, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you like my videos. I hope they're enjoyable for you. For those of you who have been watching from the beginning and have not subscribed, please consider doing so. It does benefit me by you subscribing to my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's get started with an update on the shop. Now, I have a website, Tammy's Homesteading Crafts, that I sell project bags. So just so you guys know, I will show some of the bags that I have here. I am going to be, over the next couple of weeks, I will be putting more and more bags onto the website. I will try to post onto Instagram and Facebook when I do an upload to let everybody know that there's new bags. But there's bags going to be coming on probably every couple of days over the next couple of weeks, because I have a lot of bags that I was able to get some different material when I was on vacation, and I want to get all these bags made and into the shop. Okay, so the first bags that I have in the shop, this one I had before. I ended up making another one, a couple of them. One has already sold. I still have one available in the shop. It is the Planets. It has handles. It is an extra large with the wristlet. You have the snaps. The handles have the removable snaps on them so that you can take them off. My tag there. It also has a matching notions bag that you can purchase with it that has the D-ring in it to hold your stitch markers and everything. So that is number one. Number two is just a Starburst, I would say. It's a purple Starburst bag that is also an extra large with the removable handles. Again, the wristlet, a deep inside. All of them are fully lined. And let me show you here. They're all fully lined, and they also have a tag on the inside, stitch marker tag, a little key ring to put whatever you want. I mean, these don't have to be actually knitting bags. They can be whatever you want. They could just be a carry-all bag that you can put your stuff into. This also has a notions bag along with it. The gray on the back. So that is also an extra large. Next one that I have a medium, and this is just a medium bag with there's no handles on this one. It has your snaps, your wide bottom, inside, deep inside, but 3 snaps on it, and the wristlet. And then I also have an extra large bag in that same design, the Eeyores with the purple, again fully lined with handles. This is an extra large. And then a matching notions bag that you can purchase with that. Those are the 4 new bags that I have in the shop right now. Like I said, I will be getting more in every day. I've been sewing every day, making 2 or 3 new bags. So these ones will be in the website by the time this video airs, and probably even more will be on the website. But that's all I have done for today when I video for this this video. Okay, and I had said, I said we were on vacation, so I had a lot of car ride knitting time to do. So I'm going to show you the whips that I got done. This, my hat, I actually ended up getting finished just before we left on vacation. I got this one finished. It actually matches the cowl that I had made, my bandana cowl. So this hat actually matches that. So I was able to get that done just before we left on vacation. Actually, when we got home from the retreat, I finished that on Monday. Okay, the next thing that I got done on vacation was my Katie shawl from Cozy Up Knits. I was able to get my Katie shawl done. I had it maybe halfway when I went on vacation, and I was able to work on this and get this completely done while I was on vacation. So love the colors. The yarn is from Three Tulips Yarn Company. It is one of her autumn fall colors with a brown that she actually dyed for me. So that's my Katie shawl, and the pattern for that, I will put all the links for the patterns down below, but this is a pattern from Cozy Up Knits for the Katie shawl. But I really love the way this fits. I have not washed it or blocked it at this point. I'm not sure I will. I don't really think I want it any bigger than it is. I like the size that it is right now, so I don't think if I do block it, I'm not going to stretch it to get it any bigger, because I really don't want it any bigger. I like the size that I have right now. Okay, so then the third thing I got done was my 14 Days of Love Advent Mermaid Cowl that I was making. And this was, it started with this white, purple, and pink variegated, and then it went to the pink, and then the pink and red variegated, then the red and orange variegated, your orange, your yellow and orange variegated, and then your yellow, then your green and yellow variegated, your green and blue variegated, and your solid blue, then your blue and purple variegated, and then your purple, and then I connected them together with my purple and pink variegated. So when I left for vacation, I was into the yellow, the solid yellow. So while I was riding and we were driving, I ended up doing the yellow, the green and yellow variegated, the solid green, the green and blue variegated, the solid blue, and the blue and purple variegated. I had started on my way home. When I got home, I finished these two and was able to get it stitched together. So this yarn is from Three Tulips Yarn Company. Their 14 Days of Love Advent that she put out. These were the colors that she had. They were a mini set of 14 colors. And I wanted a cowl that it could be like an infinity cowl. So this is what I ended up doing. I love the design of the mermaid pattern that is on it. And I can adjust it around to make it whatever color I want. So I really like the colors in these. I like the bright colors that they have. So I was really thrilled with the way this turned out. But so I got that done. And then I was actually, while I was on vacation, I did work on my sister's socks. And I got them both done. Of course, I do them 2 at a time on magic loops. So when I get one done, I got them both done. But I was able to finally finish my sister's socks that I did for her while I was on vacation. So those are the 4 things that I got done while I was on vacation. I did get a lot of knitting done on other things, but finishing half of my Katie shawl and half of my Advent, because I was on color 7 when I started, and there was 14 colors, so I still had 7 more colors to put through. So that was, I figure I got quite a bit of knitting done. I was able to get a lot done on the car ride down and while I was there, and then on the car ride home, I got a lot of knitting done. So that's where I am with my whips. Okay, so I'm going to show you where I'm at with all of my works in progress that I have. Guess I'll first start with my Christmas Eve cast on socks that I have. Of course, the yarn again is from Three Tulips Yarn Company. This is her Apple Harvest box yarn that I am working on. Got I didn't put a stitch marker in these. I totally forgot where I was at. I only got probably an inch done on these. I worked on the other things quite a bit to try to get those done, but I did get some done. I mean, I got another inch on these to go. Still quite a ways to go before I'm finished, but these are just no nonsense, not thinking sock that I can knit on when I don't have to, when I don't really need to be thinking on anything, when I'm watching TV or something. So I'll start pulling these out to work on these. But I did do a little bit on them, so I figured I would show you what I got done on those. Not a lot, but a little bit. Hopefully they'll be done in the next couple of weeks here. The next thing that I have is one of my baby sweaters that I'm doing. I got the body done on the one sweater for my niece, and I actually I cast on for the sleeves. So I got them, I'm doing them 2 at a time on magic loop. So I've got both sleeves going and able to have them started. I just got the cuffs done and I'm actually starting on the sleeves. Need to put a little, I think it's 3 inches with regular just stockinette stitch, and then I can start increasing for allowing to put the sleeves onto the sweater. I've never done construction of this kind of sweater, so it's a little bit different. It'll be a little bit of a challenge, I think, for me, because I've never done a construction of a sweater like this. Usually it's got side seams or you separate for your armholes. This, once you're done here, you make your arms bigger and then you start knitting and attaching them and working them into the top of the sweater, which goes to a collar, and then it actually goes to a hood on top of that. So we'll see. Hopefully I can figure it out and get it done. I have a lot of people I can ask for help if I get stuck on how to construct this. But so there I'm at with the sleeves started on that. I was kind of hoping to get a little bit further on the sleeves than I am right now, but I'm getting there. Had to section off yarn. Hopefully I'll have enough to do the arms and the body of the sweater. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do the hood in the same color, but I have another, just a white. I have a lot of the blue left, of the solid blue, but I have just the white that I can add to that and make a little warmer of a hood. So we'll see what I've got for that. But hopefully I do have enough with everything, but we'll see. But there's that baby sweater. The next thing that I had been working on is my shift cowl. I'm stuck. There we go. I was right there. So I didn't get a lot done on this because I did not take this with me on vacation. I ended up taking the other things that I took on vacation, which were a little bit easier to deal with. But I've gotten a little, I got an inch done on it. So I'll get starting to work on this, although I do have the 2 baby sweaters have to be done by the end of May. So I really need to get working on those and get them done. So some of these, like this shift cowl, might get put to the side for a little bit along with my my AZV sweater. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with this. Still working pretty good. Like I said, didn't get too far onto it, but a little ways. An inch is an inch. But I did get a lot of other stuff done. Okay, next thing was my EZV sweater. Yeah, I did get a little bit done on this since I was last. When I first started, I had just started some of the color work. I was just into the white on the color work. I had just done the peach and the white on the color work, and so I had the green. I'm starting the peach again, so it goes, I think it's 2 or 3 stripes of this through there, so I'm starting it all again to go through. But yeah, again, I got probably a couple inches done on this. So it's coming along good. I need to, now that I have it this far done, I need to really put it on a barber cord and make sure that it's not too big. I don't want to get too much further and find out that it's really, really too big or that it's really too small. So that's where I'm at with that. But I'm working. I love the color work. I really do like working on this. It's pretty easy when you start going. It's an easy pattern to remember. But just really, like I said, I have the 2 baby sweaters that I really have to get done. So those are going to be my top priority. But I will get into these some here. Okay, and the last thing was the next baby sweater that I cast on. I just got this cast on the other day and worked on it. I almost got the ribbing done on it for the next baby that I have to make for. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with this. I might have one or two more rows of ribbing, and then I can actually start on the body of the sweater and get going on that. And then I will have to separate, wind off yarn and do for my sleeves. But again, I will do them 2 at a time on magic loop, just so that they're both the same length and I don't have to worry about it when one sleeve's done, they're both done. It just makes it easier for me. Less counting, less figuring out for me. I just like doing things that I can do on magic loop, like sleeves and socks and stuff like that, and gloves. It's just easier for me to do them on magic loop so that they are exactly the same length. I just really forget to count is my whole ordeal on that. I just really forget to count. So that is all of the projects that I have going on. Nothing else new started other than this, but I do have a lot of Happy Meal and acquisitions that I had got while I was on vacation. So let's go into those now. Okay, so the first thing that I had got with my for my acquisition, I had actually bought it back in, I think, February, and it was 3 Tulips Yarn Company lemon and lavender box that she put out for she puts out 4 boxes a year for pre-order boxes, yarn boxes, and her spring one was lemon and lavender. And we got this, I got this on when we went to the retreat, but I could not show it because some of the people had not gotten there, so I didn't want to spoil the surprise for those that watched the show, watched the YouTube channel. I didn't want to spoil the surprise until you guys got yours, so I held off. I had it ready to put in there, and then she asked me if I'd pull it back, so I did. I pulled it back, and then of course I was on vacation and I didn't get it in, so it's coming in this week. Everybody should have theirs now. They should be able to have seen what they had, and I shouldn't be spoiling anybody's surprise. I didn't want to do a spoiler in case somebody wasn't paying attention and they missed the spoiler and they ended up seeing it and got their surprise. So I just pulled that portion of the video out so that nobody was spoiled by the surprise. But this is the yarn that we got. So lemon and lavender, it was, you know, of course, lemon, the yellow lemon and the purple lavender. Really pretty colorway, and it has some speckles of some green in there. Not a lot of green, but just a little bit of green. I think this is going to be really, really pretty when it is caked up and I go to use it. Don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but excited. And then we got a little, it's a shawl set or a sock set is how she puts them out. So we got a little mini of the green that was in there. So very pretty. I love the colors of this, so I'm anxious to see what I pick to make with this, whether it's a shawl or it's a pair of socks or a hat. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to make with that, but I'll figure something out. But inside the yarn box, we got a lot of little goodies. And one of the things we have, she always works with local people she collabs with some of the local people. And she actually collabed with me on this one. And I ended up putting together a little notions bag that was lemons on the inside, and then it had some stitch markers, little lemon stitch markers on there, and then it was green on the back. It also came with a yarn cozy, a lemon yarn cozy that came in there. And then it also came with a section of some barber cord that I had extra for some things. So I added those into the sets. So that was in there, and this was what I contributed to the yarn box this time. So one of the other collaborations that she does is with the Bubble Company. And the Bubble Company, again, they actually did soap this time. And it was a lemon and lavender. It's got a little lemon on the top of it. I think that's really cute with some lavender sprigs. But it's a really cute bar soap. So we got that in there. They also did a lemon lotion stick, which is really cool. I love their lotion sticks. They're really not greasy. You can put them on and then you can go ahead and touch your yarn, and it doesn't feel like you're leaving greasy residue onto your yarn. So I really like her, something fell over there. Really like her lotion sticks. And then the last thing that was in there from her is she did a lemon lip butter. So that was really nice. It smells really good. Nice lemony flavor for a lip balm. I like lemons, so this, I'm really looking forward to start using this little lotion thing, or lip balm. But that was what we got from the Erie Bubble Company. She usually does, Lake Erie Variety usually puts together some sort of a wood piece for her, and this time he did a little lemon slice, and it's yellow on the back, and then a little stitch marker. So she had that. Those are really cute. And then this was the first time she had worked with SanibellieEarrings, and she ended up doing a lavender type stitch marker for everybody. So it has a little bit of lavender sprigs on there. So then we got another little stitch marker. And of course there was some little lemon heads in the box. Some lemon tea in the box. And I think that was all. Like I said, I opened it a couple of weeks ago, and some of the stuff I used and ate. But I think that was all that came in the box. Especially the bigger things that we had, the other little candy and stuff like that. If there was other candy, I'm not really sure about that. But I think that was all that came in the box. So that was first thing. And like I said, I bought that back in February, and it just came out the end of March. So I was able to get that. So that was number one of the acquisitions that I got. Number two was I had ordered from Hobbii. I had ordered some mohair and some wool so that I could make I can't remember the sweater. Let me look. Okay, I had ordered from Hobbii some mohair and some wool that I wanted to put together I wanted to do the Love Note sweater. That has you doing mohair with it and a fingering weight wool. So I ended up getting these two. They're not as close together as I liked them to be, but I think they might be okay when I put them together. They were supposed to be both the same kind of coral and orange, and they definitely are not. But I think when I put them together, they might be okay. I don't know. I've got to put them together and see. But that is one of the things. I got a sweater quantity of this kids silk, super silk, and then Easy Care merino soft wool that I got for that. So I got enough to do a sweater quantity of that. The other thing, it came with this Bio Shetland pure organic wool. So I've got this. This was a free thing that they sent with me. It's a little rough for wool that I would use. I don't know. I'll have to see. It might wash up and soften. I don't know. But that was a free thing that I got when I ordered my sweater quantity of wool from Hobbii. I don't think I ordered anything else from Hobbii. I think it was just that sweater quantity. I don't know. We'll see. Also, I had shown while we were at the retreat that we did in the room with some of the girls, we did kind of like a Chinese auction type thing where people brought stuff that they were not giving love and we're going to give it to somebody else to get love. And I showed some of the stuff that I had gotten from that. Well, one of the girls, when she got home, she realized that she left some of her yarn that she was going to bring at home. So she put the names in Google Pick, and everybody that was there, and she ended up picking one of the names was mine that she picked. So she asked if I would send her her address, or my address, so that she could ship me out the skein of yarn. So this was the skein of yarn that she picked to send to me. Really pretty purple. I love it. I think it is gorgeous. It's 50% wool and 50% acrylic. Nice soft yarn. I don't know what I'm going to use for. I might boost some socks or something. I have a couple of people that really like purple, so I mean I could easily use this for some socks. But it was very nice of her to ship that out. So I ended up getting this skein of yarn from that. While I was on vacation, I ended up stopping at a couple of yarn stores. Let me look at my notes so that I get these correct. The first yarn store that I stopped at was Loopville. I was in Knoxville, Tennessee, and before I went, I looked up local yarn shops in the area so that I could try to find a local yarn shop so that I could get locally dyed yarn. I wanted to get a skein or two of locally dyed yarn to be able to come back and try to make something with it. So I went to quite a few different stores. I also got some material, which I'll show in a little bit, that I was able to get that will be into bags here, hopefully within the next 2 to 3 weeks. But Loopville was the first fabric store that yarn store that I was able to find that had hand-dyed local yarn. A small little store. After I show what I bought, I will show some pictures of inside the store. There was people in there, so I was being very careful of what I videoed. I didn't want to get any people in the video or anything like that. So I did do a couple of videos and a couple of pictures of the inside of the store, but I just didn't want to get anybody's face in a picture because I didn't want them to worry about, anything like that. So I was really careful on that. But after I show you what I have, I will put their pictures in of the store, of the little yarn store that I was at. But the first yarn that I found that is actually dyed in Knoxville, Tennessee, and that is Med USA yarn. So this is the yarn that I got. It is called Forget Me Not. It is a fingering sock weight, 80/20 superwash merino nylon. It is 100 gram skein, 400 yards. And this is an exclusive colorway that Loopville carries. Nobody else carries this. It is specially dyed for Loopville for that yarn store. But that is her website and the information for her. And I will link this down below, how you can find her yarn and how you can get a hold of her, follow her on Instagram and all those places. But that is the yarn that I got from Loopville, one of the skeins that I got from Loopville that was actually dyed right there in Knoxville, Tennessee. Now the other one I'm sure you guys have heard. I'm not exactly sure where they're out of. I didn't search this real well, but I know it's a common one, Knitted Wit. And I know it's a hand-dyed yarn. I know it's a small business because I've seen it on Instagram and everything for the different stuff. But I really liked this flowers in your hair color, the bright pink on the top and then the lime green on the bottom. I really liked this color. So I ended up getting this one from Loopville also. So these were the two colorways that I ended up getting from Loopville. So now I will show you some of the pictures from inside of Loopville.
These are pretty too. Those are so pretty. These are nice. Did we buy these? Yes. Okay. Well, I'll tell them because they have a lot more sense about it than I do sometimes. I told them y'all are great ones. Close. Some of them may not, some of them may not. Moving over there now. Yes, we do. We have it in the craft.
Okay, so the second yarn store that I ended up finding was Clinch River Yarn Co. They took me a little bit to find this one. They said that they told me that it was a bigger yarn store, but it really wasn't any bigger than Loopville, I don't think. It had a lot of stuff into it. It was just a house on the side of a highway. We drove by it twice before we found it. It was a little bit difficult to find, but we did find it. The yarn store, they were very, very friendly inside there. They allowed me to video. So again, I have some video inside of their store. But the owner came up to me and we were talking, and her daughter is the yarn dyer of the local yarn that they have. And this is her daughter's yarn. Just a Girl and Her Dog is the company of her yarn company name. And the colorway is Sea Glass. And this is a 90-10 superwash merino, a sock yarn. And it's 480 yards. So it's a good size skein of yarn. Very, very soft. It's greens with speckles of brown and some blue twisted in there. It's a really pretty color. And again, I will put all of the information for all of these down in the comments, and so you guys can find their links. I will put those, I will link the store, I will do their websites and their Instagram information all down below. But yeah, the Clinch River, they were very, 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 very nice. When I bought the yarn, she knew that I was from out of town, and first thing she asked me, she goes, "Would you like me to cake that for you?" And I said, "No, I'm not going to do anything with it. I will cake it when I get home, but I really appreciate you asking," because a lot of the places don't ask you to cake your yarn. So they were very, very accommodating to cake it for me. So I really like that information that they, that they offered that to their customers. So that was my Clinch River yarn. And again, I will put some pictures in here of their store and what they have inside their store and the outside of the store right now. This is the store,
guy that was there
Clinch
was so
River
helpful. He cared us
Yarn
if we went
Company.
into every room in above all, she recommended this.
Yeah.
This was her favorite. She
Oh my
said.
gosh. Well, I'll have to thank her.
Yeah.
My husband helps his best friend mow some rental properties, or mow and weed eat. So in the spring and summer and fall, then I get his wife. So Mo money buys a skein of yarn.
I'm just along for the ride. I don't knit.
Wow, they really got it, don't they?
They do. It's a beautiful little store. All kinds of yarn.
She also makes bags, and we went to a place in, I live in Knoxville, and we went to a place in Knoxville.
This is the local dyed section that is dyed in Tennessee. So this is gorgeous. So the last thing I did when I was in Tennessee, the lady that we went to visit, her and her husband, me and her went to, she wanted me to make her some things. So we went to the local Hobby Lobby and she got some yarn of some colors that she wanted me to make her something with. So I have her yarn set aside, but I also found some yarn that I liked. And they, of course, their yarn was 40% off. It was their clearance sale that week. But I ended up getting this, is this a sock? This is a, what weight do they call this? This is their, I'm going to consider this a little bit, well, this is probably sock weight. I'm going to consider this sock weight. It's pretty thin. For knitting needle, yeah, it's sock weight. A little bit thicker than sock weight, sport weight. They don't really tell you the weight of the yarn. That's the only thing I don't like about Yarn Bee. They just tell you, they say sleek DK. Well, I don't consider this a DK yarn. It's pretty thin. But I was able to get some of these skeins, and this is a burgundy color that I got, and these have 478 yards in them, and then I ended up getting a pumpkin color, so I got an orange. I ended up getting a blue-gray color, kind of a forest green color, and then a gray, silvery gray color. I was able to get these 5 skeins of yarn. They were only $4.99 to begin with, and they were already 40% off. So it's really, really soft yarn. I thought, you know, I could possibly make, you know, a light t-shirt sweater with them. There was a couple of things I figured I could make with them, and just to be able to have some solid colored yarn, you know, was one of the reasons why. And I can always use them in, you know, for heel, toes, and cuffs on socks if I want to, because it's about the same weight as some of the sock yarn that I have. A couple of different ways I can use it. So it was just something, I saw it. I hadn't seen it at my Hobby Lobby in Erie here. So when I saw it down there, I was like, well, I'm going to grab this because I really like these colors and I like the squishiness of it. And 40% off was like, yeah, okay, I can get this yarn and it won't cost me too much. I mean, it's $5 normally, which is not a bad price for 478 yards, but 40% off that, I mean, that was a good deal. So I ended up getting some of that yarn, and then of course got yarn for my friend to make her. She would like a hat, so I have to get that made before fall. So that was all of my yarn purchase that I had while I was on vacation. Now let me get my fabric, and I will show you what fabric I have for adding into making some bags. Okay, so now the fabric that I got while I was on vacation. I ended up finding this really, really cute little fabric store, and I will put, again, I will put their name, and if they have a website, I will put their website. They were a sewing machine store that sold fabric. And a lot of times, you know, here, when you find a sewing machine store that sells fabric, they don't have very much fabric. The guy was so nice. He met us at the door, opened the door for us as we walked in, and I explained who I was, what I was doing, and what I was looking for, and he goes, well, let me show you around. And it was a small little store, but every room had fabric in it. There was probably over 3,000 bolts of fabric in this little tiny fabric store. So much to pick from. I probably could have stayed there for 3 hours, but I was with my friend who, she can't walk all that well. I mean, she can walk. It's not that she can't walk, but you know, she's older and she gets tired. I didn't figure I wanted to keep her in that yarn or that fabric store for so long. But he asked me what I was looking for, and I told him, well, I was looking for this, this, and this. So he's like, oh, well, here you go. And he started pulling bolts out. He knew exactly where they were, pulling them out for me to look at so that if it was something I wanted, then I could get it cut. So I ended up going and getting some stuff from there. And I plan on doing a couple of market shows this summer. And I wanted to have like some fruits available in bags for different things. And one of the things they had there that I thought was really cute is they had this blueberry fabric. Just a bunch of blueberries. And I thought it was kind of cute. And I just got a little bit of it. I don't know what I'm going to, got hair in my mouth, sorry. What I'm going to do with that, but I have got some blueberries. And then they had some raspberries. And I was just looking for fabric that I had not seen or found anywhere here in Erie. I wanted some different fabric that I could not find. So when I make bags with this, it'll be very limited quantity. That's what I've got, what I have. I don't have anything else. So those are some of the colors that I got for the fruit. And then I was at that store, I was able to find some teapots. So I got some black teapots. And then I got some colored teapots. And then of course, a tealy green color to go with that. And I know I got something else. Oh, and then I was able to find some cow print that I had been, a couple of people had asked me for some cow print and I wasn't able to find it, so I finally found some cow print there. So that's the yarn that or the fabric that I ended up getting from that shop, and it was really, like I said, there was a ton more. I probably could have easily spent 2 or 3 more hours in there looking at stuff and grabbing a half yard of this, or there was so much to pick from, so many colors, so many different kinds of fabric that I had not seen before, but I just didn't know what to use for bags. I had some things in my mind that I wanted that I couldn't find, but those were some of the things that I was able to find. Then we ended up going to, they had a really large Joann's down there, which I have a Joann's here, but it doesn't have a lot of stuff in it all the time. And we only have one. And a lot of times if they get a bolt in, then they're out of it and they don't have it again. So I was able to find down there in their Joann's, I got this really cute watermelon fabric. And then watermelon seeds for the inside of a bag. So that's another one to go with my farmer's market theme that I plan on doing for those. And another thing that I ended up finding was cherries. So I ended up getting cherries because where I do my farmer's markets this year is also, they do a big cherry festival and a lot of people like cherries over there. So I ended up grabbing that cherry, which, like I said, I've not seen at any of our Joann's up here. Then the other thing that I found was some strawberries. So I was able to find a couple of different things to go with those. So those are some of the bags that I'm going to have put out for the harvest when I start doing the craft shows for at the farmers markets. Those will be some of the bags that I will have in stock there. Then at the Joann's, I also was able to find this really cute coffee material. I guess it goes this way. No, that was the right way. I'm looking at it upside down because of that. But some sayings on there, some old-fashioned coffee information, some new coffee. So I was able to find that coffee fabric, and then also this coffee fabric, which I thought was really, really cute as well. This says coffee, espresso, latte, organic coffee. So those are some other coffee ones that I found. I've had quite some coffee ones in the shop so far that have sold, but I was looking for some different coffee ones to be able to put through the store. And the other thing that I found in the store was vintage Pyrex material. And this has got all of the vintage Pyrex dishes on it. So I found that, something different and unique. And then we went to a Walmart down there. And a lot of Walmarts up here, some have fabric and some don't. The Walmart next to me does have fabric, but all the other ones, they have pre-cut. They don't have bolts of fabric where you can get. And their Walmart actually had bolts of fabric. So I was able to get some different kinds of material down there. And one of the things that I found was this moose and deer and bear fabric. I've had a couple of people want some moose and stuff like that. I don't know if this is something that they would like, but I thought it was a very fall woodsy type of bag that it wouldn't be real feminine. A feminine bag for those people who are wanting, you know, for a guy that might want a knitting bag but don't want one that has flowers on it. So and then I found this material to go with that. I thought that would go really cute for like the bottom of the bag. Then I also found this fish and boat camping type material. It's got ducks on it and a canoe and a Adirondack chair and some pine cones, fish and an anchor and oars and a sailboat. So I thought this was pretty cute for material. Well, I guess it was upside down for you guys. But I thought that was some pretty cute material also. And then I got this green to go with that. I thought that would, you know, kind of set that off. Or I could do the blue and do the green with the other one. Either one, it didn't matter. And then I got this plaid for like the lining on the inside for either of those. So that was the fabric that I got when I was on vacation, which was a lot of fabric. I ended up coming home with a lot of fabric to be able to make bags. So like I said, over the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a ton of bags dropped into the website. I will try to make sure that I put a post on Instagram when I upload the website so that you guys know that, you know, a website upload type thing when I do it. But like I said, there has been a ton of new bags that are coming out. I got a ton of stuff cut out already that I already had that will be coming in. So I've got a lot of new bags that are going to be coming out. So that is it for my vacation type thing. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is kind of, we'll do life, you know. I mean, we were on vacation. We went to Knoxville, Tennessee. We didn't go and we went to visit family basically down there. So we didn't really go to see other things. We were supposed to go to visit family in Georgia from there. They were sick, so we didn't end up going. We chose, with everything that's going on, we just chose, they weren't feeling well. We didn't want to get sick. Didn't know what they had, but they just weren't feeling up for company. And it's like, when you're sick, you just don't want somebody else in your house for a day when you're just not feeling well. So we chose not to go down to visit more family further down into Georgia. It would have been another 4-hour drive from their house, which was not a big deal. Wasn't bad. We would have been able to easily do it in a day. But while we were on vacation, I ended up listening to a lot. I do a lot of audiobooks, and I haven't actually talked about the audiobooks on the podcast. But I figured I would go through and read some of the books that I've actually read this summer. And I will put the links of all these books down below. But so far this year, I have listened to The Beach Read by Emily Henry, Going Rogue by Janet Ivanovich. NYPD Red 7 by Marshall Karp. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Black Dog by Stuart Woods. And then we listened to Harry Potter 1 through 4. I've listened to Harry Potter 1 through 4. We listened to 4 actually on our ride down to Knoxville and our ride back. We've watched all the movies, and it was just something to keep busy with listening while I was knitting and being able to tell directions. I had it playing on my phone, and I had the directions on my phone, so it would stop and tell us where we needed to go next, and then it would keep continuing on with the book. So we were able to listen to Harry Potter on the way up, or on the way down and the way back. And then, of course, is J.K. Rowling that, wrote the Harry Potters. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And then The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. That was a really good book. Shocking about the ending of that book. That one was more recently. The other ones, I kind of remember them, but I don't really remember them because it had been a while since I had listened to any of them. Because those are what I read since January. But The Last Thing He Told Me was just before we left on vacation. I finished that one. A really good book. I really, really enjoyed that one. Shocked at the ending of the book. Looking forward to it. I see that they're putting a movie out on that, and I would like to see the movie. Fly Away was by Kristen Hanna, and that was a really good book too. I finished while I was still on vacation. I had the last of it to finish, and I wanted to get it done because it was gonna go away on my phone. So I wanted to make sure I got it. I listened to it because it was something I was getting from the library. And that was a really good book. I don't know. It was a good, the person reading the book was good. I was able to listen to it, and it kept my attention for the whole entire time. Some books I start listening to them and I can't handle who reads it, so I have to stop the book. I probably would be able to read it and be okay with it because I liked the content of the book. But some of them I don't think I would be able to follow through if the reader wasn't good. Sometimes I can listen to a book and it'll keep my attention and I will enjoy the book, but I don't think I would read the book if somebody wasn't reading it to me. But these two, The Last Thing He Told Me and Fly Away, I believe I would be able to read both of those books right away. The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. That was a little different. I liked it, but again, that's one of those that I don't think would have held my attention for me to read. But I was able to listen to it and get through it, and wow, it was a shocker. The ending I did not expect. Did not expect it at all. So that was a shock. But that one I just finished when I got back from vacation. Other ones that I read earlier in the year, once a month we do a knitting book club here in my town. And the first one that we did was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. A lot of people did not like that book. It wasn't that I didn't like the book. I listened to it, so I was able to keep track of what was going on with the book because they had different sounds and different people reading the different characters, because there was probably 12 different characters all the way through the book that they kept talking about. I wouldn't have read the book. I know a lot of people started it and couldn't keep track of everything that was going on because there were so many different characters jumping in here and there. But I think it was a lot easier to listen to the book. It had a really good story. but I know a lot of people did not like the book. It was, and some people loved the book. I didn't mind the book. I mean, I listened to it twice to get everything, because I figured when we had our talk at the knit night at the bookstore, we would be going over it. Well, I think me and one other girl actually finished the book. Everybody else was like, yeah, nope, I couldn't read it. They didn't do audiobooks. They don't do audiobooks. And so a lot of people didn't read it, weren't able to get into it. So we didn't really talk about it too much, but I liked the book. I didn't mind the person reading it. A lot of people didn't like her voice, so they couldn't read it because they didn't like her voice. A lot of people say, I know there's a TV series coming out on this, and a lot of people say that's pretty good. I don't know. I might want to try to see the TV series. I don't know. Last month, so that was February's book that Daisy Jones and the Six was February's book that we read. March's book that we read was The Maid by Nita Prose. That was a good book. I was really surprised at the ending. I didn't think, I was just surprised at the ending on that. I'm just kind of speechless on where to go with that. A really good book. The person, like I said, I listened to it, and the book was written, the main character was autistic or on the spectrum, as everybody says now. She had a mental disability of some sort. And it came across very well when it was read to you. Now, a lot of people, when they physically read the book, they were like, well, I think she might have had some sort of a disability. And she did. But the way it was read in the book, the book was read to you in audio, you definitely knew she had some sort of disability, whether she was autistic or whatever it was, that she had some sort of disability. And that was definitely known in the book when you listen to it. So it was a very well written book. I really did like that book, and was able to definitely get through it. I think I listened to that in maybe a day and a half. And I really, really liked that book and was able to listen to it. The next one that is due this month, and I've already listened to it, and I won't talk a lot about it, just say what it is that I have, because I don't want to ruin it for the people who watch my podcast, for them, because we have not gone over this one yet, is Murder at the Brighton Well by Ashley Weaver. That was a really good book. I was shocked at the ending on that one as well, but that was a really, really good book. It kept me interested in it the whole entire time. I absolutely loved it. I guess that's all I'm going to say about that. It was just a really, really good book. So far, everybody that I've talked to in the book club who has started it, they've loved it. Started the first chapter, that have actually physically are reading it in paper, loved it. I just finished today The Couple Next Door by Sherry Lampin. Yeah, what a twist on that one. Really good book. I started that yesterday, because I think I started it yesterday afternoon. I finished it today. That was a good book. I really I wanted to know more and more on that one. That one kept me hanging every time I had to stop my earbuds to answer the phone or to do anything. It was like, oh, I really please don't bother me. I want to finish this book. It was really, really, really interesting book. So I liked that one. So that one I finished today. So those are the books that I have read over the past 3 months. And we're in April, so this is going into the 4th month. But So next month, for the month of May, I already have the book for because we picked April's. April's is Murder at the Brighton Well. May's book that we picked is, I'm not really sure. I did know what it was, and I can't remember what it is now. But I've already got that one in my phone. I'm already starting to listen to that one. But I've gotten a couple. I see people post that this is a good book here and this is a good book there. So when I see that, I will usually look in the library, see if I can't get them to listen to them, and try to get some different books going through my mind. Just, it's nice to be able to listen to a book while I'm knitting or whatever. So those are the books that I've had. Other than that, I don't know what else we have. We haven't really done much of anything. When we were on vacation, it was 89 degrees down there. It was beautiful. We come back here and it's 34 degrees. A little chilly. Maybe 41. We didn't go out of the house for 2 days. It was really, really cold. We were freezing because we had been, not that we were in shorts, but I was in capris and a t-shirt, and it was comfortable. Very nice. Woke up in the morning, it's 60 degrees already. It was just nice being able to get out, walk the dog, and not have to wear a coat. It was just, we had some nice weather. Really, really enjoyed ourselves being down there. But yeah, I guess that is it. I will definitely put all of the information for the finished projects that I did, the patterns that I used, down in the link below. All of the websites for the yarn that I got, for all of the material, where I got the material from the one store. The others are from Hobby Lobby and Walmart and Joann's. So that, actually I didn't get any from Hobby Lobby. It wasn't on sale, so I didn't buy any from Hobby Lobby. But, I will put the links down below of where I got some of the yarn and different things. But, talking about my, the yarn that I use for all of my finished objects that I have and the patterns that I used, just all that information will be down below. And again, for those of you who have not subscribed, please consider doing so. It does benefit me by you subscribing to my YouTube channel. And remember, keep a watch out for the website. There is constantly going to be new bags popping up all over for the next month and a half. I've got a ton of new bags that are going to be coming up. So please reach out to me. If you see a pattern that you saw today that you would want a bag, a specific size, color, please reach out to me. I would be more than happy to custom make a bag for you with the designs that I have. I can talk back and forth, different things. Those are some of the options that I have. But please email me on my website if you see a bag that you absolutely love, or a material that you want a bag out of. Please message me down below and I will get back to you and we can figure out a pattern and a design for a bag that you might like. So, okay, that is it for today. I know it's been a long one. I had a lot to go over today for stuff that I have bought, stuff that I finished, stuff that is started. I had a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to go over today. So thank you for sticking with me. And as always, I will see you on the next one. Have a good day. Bye.